Percent.
Well, Mr. President, could there be a more fitting morning in terms of weather to memorialize the most famous weatherman in Oregon history? For many of you, I don't have to explain who Jim Bosley was. The Boz, as he was so affectionately known to Oregonians, was the chief weatherman and meteorologist at KATU Television. He passed away last April and is survived by his wife, Karen, who joins me here at my desk today. And also here today in the side aisle and in the gallery, the Bosley family, including his daughters, Kim Ward and Heidi Walter, and their families, Steve Ward, Brian Walter, grandchildren, Sammy, Ellie, Dalton, and Jack. Jim Bosley was on the air for 3 decades. Market researchers called him the most recognized head in Oregon. Yes, he was well known. Yes, he was funny. And oh, yes, he was a character. But if that's all he was, then I don't know that we'd be recognizing him today. Jim Bosley was a true Oregonian in the sense that he also felt an obligation to live up to the responsibility that comes with being well known. It was important to him to use his position in the public eye for doing good. There were few charities or community events to which Jim Bosley would say no. He was a Royal Rosarian from the Portland Rose Festival and put in endless hours in that organization. He was active with helping schools, churches, muscular dystrophy organizations, Dornbecker Children's Hospital, even Chemeketa Community College here in Salem, and many, many others. He's been honored with some 70 awards and trophies for his lifetime of work with charities and service organizations. He's been Volunteer of the Year, Meteorologist of the Year, Man of the Year. I worked with Jim for 16 years, and every weekend it seemed like he was at another fundraiser, another auction, another food drive, another walkathon, another parade. Jim Bosley was in more parades than anyone I know. And he did this as a working man. Some of you might not be aware that when there's a newscast every single day, 365 days a year, including holidays. And a lot of the glamour in the television business goes out the window when you're driving to work on Christmas or Thanksgiving. But Jim rang that bell every day. He was there early and he stayed late because for him, he truly loved his job, especially those extreme weather days like this morning. Those were important days for him because he knew people were depending on him. When you look at his career over 3 decades, you saw the evolution of a weatherman to a professional meteorologist that we have today. In the old days, to be a weatherman, you didn't need to know much more than how to take a magnet of a cloud or a magnet of a sunshine and put it on a board. But today, professional meteorologists use satellites, radars, forecasting models, and sophisticated software. And for Jim, that meant learning these things and actually becoming a certified meteorologist, which he did and became adept at these new technologies that makes weather forecasting so much more precise than it was 30 years ago. And finally, as a meteorologist and a broadcaster, he did something very simple and effective. He invented a 1 to 10 weather rating on a scale. He would rate a day and then tell you what you might expect the weather to be rated tomorrow. It was a communication technique that's been copied in television markets all over the country. When I look outside today, I think the Boz might have given today about a 5, maybe a 6 tomorrow. But when I look at the years Jim Bosley spent helping inform people about their weather and trying to add a little sunshine to the lives of others, I see a life that deserves to be rated as a 10. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Hass. Is there further discussion? Recognize Senator Ted Ferrioli, please.
Thank you, Mr. President.